When the pandemic came, the media talked about the millions of people died. I was very sad. But what if I told you 3 out of the 4 deaths that happen in the world don't come under the classification of communicable diseases? They're non-communicable diseases. That's the number one killer. 75% of the people die from disease like heart attacks and diabetes. So the interesting thing about this is that most of these diseases are predictable, preventable, and manageable. And tonight, I hope to tell you about my personal journey and hope to inspire all of us that we can make a difference with our family and friends, with our communities, our society, and the world in general. The year was 1982. I was in the first year at IIT Madras, the MIT of India. The future looked brilliant. I was excited. I felt invincible. And then came the phone call. My father was dead. My father died of a heart attack at just 60 years of age. With that grief came a question. Why my father? My father took care of his health. He exercised regularly. He ate healthy. He did not drink or smoke. The grief took over. The question remained. A decade later, I moved to the United States. Routine medical checkup showed my cholesterol and triglycerides, markers of heart disease, were dangerously high. And I was fairly active. I was not overweight. And I thought I was a vegetarian, so no big deal. And then the question came back again. Was this my father's legacy? Am I going to die young and leave my children fatherless? I put on my PhD hat on and started reading medical journals. I saw the paper of Dr. Enos E. Enos, a brilliant cardiologist, and he found something profound. He found South Asians, people like me, have 3 to 4 times higher risks of heart disease, and we die 10 years younger. And he took time to explain the genetics, the lifestyle challenges, and the medications that we are supposed to be good for us. That paper changed my life. Suddenly, I had the knowledge that my father's generation did not. I became an endurance athlete. I did marathons. I did 100-mile bike rides. And then I got to meet Dr. Enos in Chicago. And together, we wrote a book for families like ours. And now, for the past 2 decades, I have talked one-on-one with people, I've given talks, I've written articles on the dangers faced by heart attacks and heart disease. Yet, I lost my family and friends to heart attacks. Take the case of Vikram, a CEO and president, a close friend of mine, a major manufacturing company, but always had time for us. If we needed anything, he would drop everything and do it for us. He worked late, and then he would go and play his sports at the local club. He started complaining about feeling weak, fatigue, and chest pains, but would not go to the doctor. Then finally he promised. He said, I got a business trip to Frankfurt. I'll finish that business trip, then go to the doctor. He made it to the business meeting. He had his first and last heart attack. He died that day. See, this paradox absolutely both fascinate me and terrify me. What is it that one person takes action on knowledge, and the other person, whatever the intentions are, they don't take action? Medical research has a term for it. It's called the intention-action gap. And so, I need your help. If I can get the slide there. Great. Raise your hand if there's somebody whose health you worry about. Please. Keep your hand raised if you know they know what to do, but they're not doing it. Help me out here. Wow, look around you. Bring your hands down. Right? And here's another intriguing part to it. Okay? We're all very good about taking care of other people's health. Right? We worry about our spouse's health. We nag our parents about medication. We tell our friends they need to do this. Not very good at taking our own advice, are we? What if I told you this intention to help other people is your key to helping your family and friends? The person you raised your hand for, right? This is the key point I wanted to. Chronic diseases take a long time to develop. And our brain, right, is a fast brain. The donut in front of me looks a lot more delicious than a healthy heart 10 years from now. What if I told you we have another brain, the social brain? We are very responsive to how our family and friends support us. Let me tell you the story of Ravi and Meera. Now, Ravi had a cardiac scare, and he dismissed it off. He would not take medications, would not go to the doctor. His wife, Meera, was very sad about it, and she tried doing everything, nothing happened. I talked to Ravi, and I could tell Ravi was exhausted from the pressures at work. Now, here's one thing that Meera did, which was very smart. She didn't try to fix Ravi. She got the social group around him. So Meera went to John. John is Ravi's business partner. And John promised 5:30 every evening, Ravi's out of the office, and Ravi and Meera go for a daily walk. Meera started packing healthy meals so that he doesn't eat the unhealthy food from fast foods, right? In 30 days, Ravi's health transformed. His energy levels became high. He got it. He started doing medications, and he went for his regular checkups. Now, this happened not because Meera tried to change Ravi. She built that societal support, that social support around him. Okay? Now, let's talk about another case. Anna. Anna is a single mom with diabetes. And with diabetes, you really have to control your food, your nutrition intake. She did pretty good at home. She had her meals planned, etc. She did good with that. But at work, at a break room, she had unhealthy food lying there all the time. I don't know about you, but I can't miss a free donut. And when she went for family dinners, they tended to be unhealthy. Now, she tried New Year resolutions. By middle of winter, Chicago, she was done with them. But here's what changed. Her best friend at work started taking her to walks in the mall during lunch break, and they ate their packed lunch away from the junk food in the break room. And her aunt, Tia Maria, started packing her healthy portions for family parties and invited her for the long walks in the weekend. So do you see, it was Anna's motivation and willpower, but her friends and family came together. Now let's look at the science about this, right? It's good to hear stories. Where's the science behind this? 45.7%. This accounts for three parts: social support, psychological resilience, self-empowerment. See, this is the magic. When you support your family or friend, you improve their psychological resilience. That means when they fall down, they know you're there to pick them up, right? And when you do it multiple times, they get self-empowered. And suddenly they believe that they can manage the chronic disease. And this is found for diabetes, right? In diabetes, if they have social support, family and friends, they're more likely to check their blood sugars, they're more likely to eat healthy, they feel more stronger mentally and physically. Now let's talk about depression and anxiety that comes often with chronic diseases, right? 30% reduction in depression when you have social support. 22% reduction in anxiety when you're being supported by family and friends. That's like therapy. So you're not just being kind, you are following a scientifically proven technique. When my father died in the 80s, we did not have the knowledge, we didn't have the medicine, right? We didn't have the tools. But today, in the words of Dr. Enos, heart disease is now the most predictable, preventable, and manageable disease. So I want you to think of the person you raised your hand for just now, right? I don't want you to go and give them advice or tell them what to do. Instead, ask them a question. What is one health goal that you are working towards, and how can I support you? And then listen to them carefully without judgment and help build that social structure around them. Now, you may have to change your routines, because that's the other fear, right? When we talked about Ravi and Meera, correct? Ravi slipped back to his old habits. And Meera was busy taking care of him, and her health went down the drain. 40 to 70% of caretakers have their own health issues. So this is not easy. This is challenging at the best. But I promise you, this will be the most meaningful thing that you do. Because knowledge plus action plus your support equals life saved. It's your support that makes a difference. That's how we save lives. We not only increase the length, we make them better. Thank you.